do it. What's up, everybody? It is horror movie Monday, late night edition, because I got a lot going on. I've had some car issues lately, and man, I feel like I'm very close to the camera. I need to get a camera I just got to get a wider lens, I guess. But I've had a lot going on, and dealing with some car issues and stuff that just, it's like I fix one thing and then something else is going on. So I was dealing with that stuff today. So I apologize. I'm running late again. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Forget about it. What are you going to do? We're going to talk horror movies at 9:15 at night. It's still Monday here. So maybe Tuesday on the East Coast for some of you. But right here, right now, it's Monday. It's Monday still. And it is the Monkey Week. Very much looking forward to the Monkey. Another one from Oz Perkins. The early screeners, the folks that have seen it have had very positive things to say. And so the Monkey, hour and 38 minutes, rated R. That's a good thing. We love when horror movies are rated R. Based on Stephen King's short story and produced by James Wan of The Conjuring and Saw. The Monkey is a new trip from Longlegs writer-director Osgood Perkins when twin brothers find a mysterious wind-up monkey, which we see a lot of monkeys. There's a lot of monkeys in movies lately. A series of outrageous deaths occur. A series of outrageous deaths tear their family apart. 25 years later, the monkey begins a new killing spree, forcing the estranged brothers to confront the cursed toy. The trailer looks great if you've not seen it. This has potential to be Osgood Perkins' best movie. In honor of this coming out, I thought I would check out the other, I've seen Black Coat's Daughter, I've seen Longlegs, and so I just watched Gretel and Hansel, which was okay. I don't know if that was Osgood's first movie or not. I think it might have been, but it was okay. It wasn't the greatest thing ever. I felt a little anticlimactic, but it wasn't bad. But it was kind of long for what the story was. So I wanted a little more to it, but it wasn't bad. It's worth a watch. I'm beating on my microphone. I own it. It's in the collection. It's not going anywhere. And Osgood Perkins, up and coming director, career's really kind of taken off here in the last few years. So looking forward to that this week. I did drop a link out to Mr. John Ward. He talked about possibly joining the video earlier tonight, but I think it may have gotten late. He may have fallen asleep. But if he decides to join us, then we will talk with him about how things are going in his world with his new apartment, how the move went, how he's settling in, and all that stuff. But I've been watching a bunch of movies. I don't get to watch as much as I want. And so then when I do have a day or something, like the other day, I watched like 4 movies in one day. Try to get caught up and try, because I'm trying to watch a movie a day for the year. Whether if I miss a day, then I got to make up, but trying to watch at least like 365 movies this year. And I'm right on par right now. I think I've watched like 47 or something. And so that's, right in the neighborhood of where we are with the calendar. But last night I watched The Deeper You Dig. Somebody recommended that to me here on the channel, and somehow or another, I don't remember if I bought it or if like Gale or somebody else sent it to me, but I have the Arrow video of The Deeper You Dig, and I watched that last night. We'll talk about that. I watched the entire Final Destination franchise. Obviously part 6 coming out this year, so I wanted to get kind of like up to speed on all the Final Destination franchise. And then I did go to the theater and see the new Captain America movie because my son is getting ready to take off for boot camp, and I wanted to go see one last movie with him. So on Valentine's Day, I went with my wife, my son, my daughter, and our niece, and we went and saw Captain America: Brave New World, and it was I didn't walk out of the theater mad, but it was like ho hum, it was what it was. I watched an abomination called Cupid on Valentine's Day, thinking, oh, this will be fun, a Valentine's Day horror movie. Bam, that sucked. My best friend is a vampire, also watched on Valentine's Day. That was a very, very fun one. That was one that I picked up not too long ago at Walmart on Blu-ray. They had the sale. And I've watched Dark City. I watched The Matrix. I finally watched the first Matrix movie, and then Gretel and Hansel, Desperation, Love Hurts. So, I mean, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to movies. A lot of stuff that I've seen lately. But first, let me say hello to everybody. Wicked Network, what's going on? House of G fam, what is up, good sir? Blue Monday. Oh, well, as far as like dealing with my car issues and stuff, this Monday did blow a little bit. Mr. Bones, Fluffy Gamer can suck it. Let's see, Mr. Bones likes Fluffy Gamers. There you go. Digging up the marrow. That sounds familiar. Digging up the marrow. Is that another movie? Because the one I watched was The Digger. The Deeper You Dig. Do a video ranking on Final Destinations. Oh yeah. Let's see. So, well, and I think what I was gonna do with the Final Destinations was I think rather than ranking the movies, because to me it's obvious, but and I could talk about that in there as well. But I wanted to talk about the best kills, because there are some very, very good kills, and there's some weaker ones. But as far as ranking the franchise, I'll give it to you. It's in order from best to worst. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sucks ass. If anybody's not following me on Instagram, you should. You would see I outlined why part 5 sucks so bad, and I even posted some pictures of the terrible effects that they had. And this is what I don't understand about part 5. Part 1 is great. It's the best in the franchise. Part 2 is pretty darn good. And 3 is pretty darn good. 4 drops off a little bit, but it's still pretty darn good. Part 5, what the fuck? So, in addition to terrible effects, which the other movies don't have these effects, and if you look at on the bridge, when they're falling off the bridge, it looks like PlayStation 2 graphics. It's terrible. The other movies never have anything like that. So I think maybe they should have stuck to practical effects or whatever they did. Maybe a little CG blood splatter or something, but them falling off the bridge was terrible. And then this is another thing I don't get. In 1, 2, 3, and 4, you always have the main 3 girls, right? You have main 3 guys, main 3 girls. We like this, like the TV show Friends. We have 3 and 3, Big Bang Theory, 3 and 3, whatever. So, well, I guess Big Bang would have been 3 and 4, but whatever. So, but the 3 and 3 is what you have in all the movies. And I mean, even like Scream, it's typically like 3 and 3. But in 1, 2, 3, and 4, the girls are gorgeous. And then you get to 5, and it's like the girl who was the not ballerina, but she was like the gymnastics girl doing all the little flippies around and stuff. What the fuck? Like I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but damn it. That girl has a face for radio. She should not be acting or not in that role. Why do we pick her? And then the blonde girl was nothing special to look at. And even the brunette, like from a distance, you're like, oh, okay, she's, pretty good looking. And then you get up close and she has these weird puffed up collagen lips or whatever, and just like weird facial features and stuff. So like, why did we go with 3 ugly girls for I don't know if ugly is kind of a mean word, but you know what? I'm just being real. What happened with the effects and what happened with the girls in part 5? I just don't get it. And then on top of that, in part 5, and anybody just jumping in, we're talking about Final Destination here. In part 5, they go heavy with the comedy and the writing. And the others, there are moments that you laugh at in the other movies, because of some of the kills, because we're all twisted horror fans and we laugh when these people get killed because we know it's a movie. This one, they went too far. Okay, some of the like going to like that massage parlor thing, the one guy, where he gets killed there. There was moments of that was kind of funny, but they were like, we're writing an Adam Sandler movie here or something with this. It just went too far with the comedy, and just other elements during the movie. It was just too far with the comedy. So, I mean, you even cast comedians, stand-up comedians, in the movie. So I don't know. I thought we didn't need to go that hardcore with the comedy, and the effects suck. The story was whatever, and the wannabe Tom Cruise guy. What the fuck was that? Who's that guy? And why was he really trying to act like Tom Cruise? He was trying to go. He was doing the the Tom Cruise body language and everything. It was very weird. So I don't know. Part 5 was the worst by far, but it still did have a couple fun deaths and deaths. Speaking of deaths, we got some news from some folks that go way back. If you've been around on the channel a long time, and you remember one Mr. Shogun Death. Looks like he'll be coming out to California for a couple years as he winds down his Navy career. So that's going to be fun. Let's see here. Daniel, what's up, Daniel? What's up, Sep? Did you ever watch Idle Hands? I remember seeing it at either Edwards in Mira Mesa or Regal in Carmel Mountain across the street from Sombreros. Blink 182 referenced. Yeah. And you know what, man? Been to that Sombreros many times. Delicious food right there. I know the theater you are talking about. Been to that theater many times as well. But no, I've not gotten around to Idle Hands yet. I need to. I'm like watching, as I'm looking for movies, I keep seeing it and I'm like, I need to get to that. I need to get to that. But it just hasn't been high on my list to watch. So I will get to it. I will get to it. Digging Up is an Adam Green movie. Okay, Digging Up Marrow. Yeah, and that, do I have that? It sounds so familiar. Oh yeah. Yeah, I do have that. So I just have to get around to watch it. Maybe I'll set it aside. Although I do have, my intent is, in the very near future to watch Matrix 2 and 3, whatever they're called, because I finally got around to the first one. I had attempted a couple times in the past to watch The Matrix, and I just got bored. The first, I don't know, maybe not necessarily half, but maybe half of that first movie, there's a lot of heavy dialogue building up the story, and which is important, and it's a good story, but there's just a lot of it. And so with the length, you cannot be tired. You can't be like at the end of the day winding your day down. I'm going to put on a movie and watch that. You'll fall asleep. So I never made it through, and I never cared to go back. It never pulled me in. Although recently I saw the interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson and Lawrence Fishburne, and I was like, whoa, okay. They're saying it's kind of like an allegory for, like religion, like maybe God, and is like you have the one, and is he supposed to be like Jesus or whatever. Anyways, they had a very interesting conversation. You could probably find it if you just Google, or go on YouTube and search for Neil deGrasse Tyson and Lawrence Fishburne in The Matrix, and you probably find that conversation. But their conversation did get me kind of curious to watch it. And so I put it on, I made it through it, and I enjoyed it. It is a very well put together movie. It is just slow at first. So hoping that we already know like what the Matrix is and everything, that I'm hoping with the second and third, it's just more into the action. And hopefully I'll enjoy those, just as well, but be able to make it through them. So those are on the list to watch very soon here. Stick your hand in the back. What are we talking? Is that a Digging Up Marrow reference? I really like part 3. Oh, of the Final Destinations. Let's see. Following, I see you say was watching. Didn't know you spoke on him. Oh, only on part 5. On part 5, you see, I posted some pictures of the bad effects, and then I typed in a thing about it. So, what's going on, Antonis? How you doing? And let's see here. One of them has a girl that looks like one of the Wayans in White Chicks. Oh, that's funny. It's funny. I didn't catch that. I've never seen White Chicks. That is like, I mean, scary movie. I could do that, but some of those comedies and stuff, they're just not for me. There's nothing to do. Like I don't dislike the Wayans brothers or anything, but it's just not my cup of tea. But so I've never seen that. But that's funny. I'm surprised a lot of people think Final Destination 4 is the worst, including me, but I'll respect you. No, and so I mean Final Destination 4, you could nitpick at it, but it kind of continues with the same, like we have a person who has premonitions, and the different things happen. They got to figure out how, not to get killed and everything. And all that's great. All that's fine. But it felt like the same franchise. You had the pretty girls, you had the fun kills. You laughed because of people suffering, because we're twisted horror fans. We didn't shove comedy down your throat like in part 5. So I just felt like 4 fits with the franchise a little bit better than part 5. I that's what I thought. Idle Hands will be a treat for you. That's one 90s thriller. It's fun, and you cheer for the cast. A feel-good movie from 99. Nice. Yeah, and I've been needing to get to it ever since Frank gave me the copy of it at Creep I.E a couple years ago. So it's been on the list. It's just I'm not avoiding it. I just haven't got there yet. Jeff, what's up, Jeff? And that's, man, I know I am behind the game with Idle Hands. Hey, it was 26 years late for for the Matrix too. So what are you gonna do? Idle Hands is funny, good stoner horror comedy. Okay, nice. And so here's my thing. I'm not like the stoner movies. If it's a comedy about like stoners, whatever, it's gonna lose me. Well, I'm gonna watch it, but like Grandma's Boy, stuff like that, like Seth Rogen, I can't fucking stand the guy. All he does is go, oh, I'm smoking weed, it's hilarious. No, it's fucking not. It's fucking annoying. You're annoying, dude. You're fucking annoying, Seth. So the stoner comedies are not for me. But if you're saying it's a comedy to get stoned too, okay, different story. We can talk about that. Logan, what's up? What Muppet do you most identify with? That's a good question. What Muppet? Definitely not Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog got his ass handed to him in the Super Bowl, and that was glorious. I loved every second of it, although I didn't watch 1 second, but I love the fact that Kermit the Frog got stomped on last Sunday in the Super Bowl. But Muppet, man, what Muppet? I don't, man, it's been a long time since I watched the Muppets. I would have to go look. I don't even know. I don't even know. Maybe what's his name? The Flim guy. They're throwing a film everywhere. The chef. Maybe we'll go with the chef. I missed the Wheel of Death. It was fun, especially the misery bags. So Wicked Network. It's been on my mind, and people have even mentioned it to me about like bringing it back and stuff. Here's the problem with that. When we were doing the Wheel of Doom, we would spend like an hour or more doing the Wheel of Doom, and we never got around to talking horror movies. And then we had all these, bots or spammers or people watching. And then the second we would do the giveaway or they would get knocked off the wheel, poof, they would all go away. So I don't want that audience. It made for a lot of headaches, and I would love to do it. And I've thought about it, and I mean, it is a lot of fun. It definitely was a lot of fun, but But then on top of that, then I'm going out, mailing things, getting people's addresses, stuff like that. It just takes time. And I'm at the point, because of YouTube being like, just, I don't know if YouTube is dying, this channel's just dying, or whatever the deal is. It's hard for me to be motivated to want to dedicate that much time. I don't do as much prep as I used to do, like even for these videos, just because it's pointless. And so it just gets tough. The mystery bags, they were great. The Wheel of Doom was great. It was a lot of fun, but it just attracted so many people that only were here for a giveaway. I mean, shit, I had people winning from the Philippines, from Australia, and then it's like, well, I want to include everybody, but then I'm not, to mail something to the Philippines was like $45. So I mean, like, I was like, damn, and that, if you remember, was all out of my pocket. I paid for the shipping, or the channel paid for the shipping. So, with everybody donating the money and doing the giveaways and all that stuff, that was great. But then we had problems, like Larry would send super chats. He'd send a $20 super chat and expect me to put $20 into the the giveaway. But the problem is, YouTube is taking, about, if you give me a $20 super chat, I'm going to see like $12. And then on top of that, I got to pay taxes on that $12. So maybe say $10, and then so out of that, then we got to pay for shipping and stuff. So it was tough. It was tough. As much as I would like to do it, I don't know. Maybe we'll get back to it someday, but right now it's just kind of on hiatus. Nick B, what's up? You ever buy VHS tapes? If I will buy a VHS tape if I find something that I really want on VHS. I have a functioning VCR right here. I have a few VHS cassettes, not many, definitely not like Cinestalker or some of the other folks out there. But I do have a few. I'm always looking for a copy of Elves, which Cinestalker has. And I think Liv has a copy of Elves. I think we talked about that. But I would love to get a copy of Elves because it never got a DVD or Blu-ray release. And my friend Jeff Mandel is the one that directed that, so I would love to have that. So next time I see him, I could get him to sign it for me. And plus, I would just love to have it because it's a movie that a friend made, and I love having movies that friends made. Like, I got a stack of here's a couple of Master Chaos movies, Haunting of the Whaley House, and then the Monster Man, and there's so many others over here that I known people that are involved with. So I love having movies like that. Will I go just buy a VHS to buy it if it's a good movie? No, I don't think so. But if there's a reason for it, then definitely I would. Did you watch the whole Final Destination franchise recently? Antonis, yes. I watched them all in order, 1 through 5. So now I'm ready to go when part 6 comes out. And I think the trailer for part 6 looks great. If anybody hasn't seen the trailer for Final Destination 6 yet, I highly recommend checking it out. The effects look great. The camera work looks great. As far as like the angles, the cinematography, the color, the location, everything about it looks great. It is a trailer. It's more of a teaser because we just have basically one person. And so we don't know what the full cast is. I'm wondering if that's going to be like an initial kill or if that's just one of the kills throughout the movie. But we just get like the one scenario there. But it's great. So as far as the whole story and everything, they don't give us a lot, but what you see is very well put together. So I'm very excited for Final Destination 6. Tech 360, what's going on? I only enjoyed watching Final Destination 5 in 3D. Without the 3D effects, I don't think I'll like it too much. So, and there's the thing too. And if you saw it in 3D, maybe the reason for the bad effects are because of the 3D. I don't know, but if if that's the case, if the reason the effects are terrible is because of the 3D, that's one thing. But I wouldn't have done it. I would have said, you know what? No, I'm sorry. We're not doing 3D. I know it's kind of like the thing to do, but we're not going to do 3D because the effects look like shit. They look like PlayStation 2. And if you have 1, 2, 3, and 4 where the effects look great, why would you take a step back in your effects just to put it out in 3D? I mean, shit, look at what we look at Jaws, man. Look at Jaws 3D. You had Jaws, which I mean, in the whole franchise in Jaws, we have issues with the effects, but we're talking 1970s into the 80s. We're not talking 2000 or 1999 or whatever to 2011. We're not talking that decade. So effects should have been better. They should have been better. So I was very disappointed. Let's see here. Look at your PM. Let's see. Are we talking on Instagram? Let's see. Let me try and pull it up. Oh, here you go. Oh, that's funny. So she does. Okay. So Mr. Bones just sent. Oh, that's funny. Even the outfit and everything. Okay, let me see if I can pull this up. So Mr. Bones sent the picture he was talking about with the girl looking like the girl from White Chicks. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if I can pull this up. Boom. So look at that. There you go. So there she is, pink top, khaki bottoms, standing right there next to the wankster Tom Cruise, a wannabe Tom Cruise there. So there she is. And now let me take this down. and then maybe I can make that smaller. There you go. Look at that. And so there with the pink top and everything. That is funny. That is very funny. I would have never caught that. Again, I've never seen White Chicks, but that's pretty damn funny. Idle Hands is pre Seth Rogen stoner movies. That's what makes it funny, I think, before the glorification. Okay, very cool. No, and I'm going to watch it. I didn't mean to come across like I wouldn't watch it, but I just, like the Seth Rogen movies and stuff, they're just not for me at all. Icy Swedish Chef for you. Okay, nice. How will I live tomorrow? I don't know, Sean, but sometimes talking to you is like clapping with one hand. If are we going heavy metal? Maybe Suicidal Tendencies references. Is that what we're doing? Yeah. Well, you see who your real regs are. So the out of the norm names. Yeah. Oh no. So when it comes to like for the for the giveaways and stuff, I thought about when we do the giveaways, putting up a thing where you have to comment, you have to be subscribed or whatever for like a week or whatever, so that they couldn't just come in and comment, but they still try. So and then it just I don't know. It's maybe we'll get back to it someday. Maybe we will, but I gotta get to Jennifer Half. What up, Jennifer? Thank you for coming through with that super chat. Yo, you rock. Always coming through with super chats. How you doing, Jennifer? Good to see you. Sorry it's so late. I know, especially I think you're back east, right? So very, very late for you. But thank you so much for that super chat. You absolutely rock. Let's see here. So I missed some comments. Going to try and figure out where I was. You should just do any random giveaway to legends from time to time. No wheel, just a random name. So and so that's what I kind of thought about doing that too. Just random stuff. But then people keep asking for it. Like when I was doing like random giveaways, everybody would come in every night. Are you going to do a giveaway? And then I would say, maybe not tonight. And then poof, they would go. So, of course not you all. And no, and I definitely know there's about 50 different folks that, from time to time will pop up on, the Horror Movie Mondays. And I love you all. And I wish I could do more. But like I said, it becomes involved with afterwards, because not only, do we do the giveaway and stuff, all that's fine. But now we're figuring out, okay, what are we giving away? And I don't have the screeners that I had, like Well Go USA. They're not doing physical copies anymore. They're just sending links. And a lot of, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but a lot of Well Go USA's movies that they would send me links for, I'm like, I'm just not into. It's one thing if I would watch them to do the giveaways, but like martial arts is not my favorite genre. And so if I don't want to watch martial arts, so that's why I don't talk about them that much. But the giveaway copy that they would send me, I don't have anymore. So some of that stuff, it would be me like going through, going like, okay, well, what am I going to give away? Well, I just bought a new, Matrix trilogy on Blu-ray. So do I give away the Matrix on DVD? Anybody who has a DVD collection or Blu-ray or 4K or whatever that would want to have the Matrix already does. So giving away movies like that, I'm like, no, nobody wants it or nobody cares. So that's kind of the question there too. So I'm not sure. Maybe we'll do it someday. VHS, those days were nostalgic. Oh no, 100%, Antonis, 100%. And that's why I still have the VCR and still have some VHS cassettes right here. How was Valentine's Day? Did you do anything fun? So Valentine's Day, again, we went to see the new Captain America movie, which was okay. I haven't really talked about that yet. I guess we should get into that. But it was okay. It was pretty much forgettable. It wasn't, I didn't walk away mad or anything. It was put together fine, but it was nothing special. So that was that. But I had a good time because I was with my wife and kids and my son, who's going to be heading off to boot camp here very soon. So it was a great day. We did it. And then we went out to eat and then came home and my wife made all like ice cream sundaes and stuff. So yeah, we had a great day. Let's see what's going on. Slack Wolf Vampiro, what's going on? Hey OGB, how you doing? We won the election, thank God. How you been? Yeah, we did win the election. There is no question about that, and I am very happy with the way things are going. I'm loving all the wasted money being exposed. It is very, very good. But been very well. Thank you very much. Hopefully you are doing well as well. Is that a little kitty cat in your picture there? A little I get nostalgic about the old days of renting VHS tapes. It was something you really look forward to. No, I know. And see, and that's what I loved. I think we all did. Going to Blockbuster, you would walk in and you would just look around and you'd be able to pick up the case like a DVD, but the VHS cassette case, like the clamshells, or sometimes just the slipcover cases, and then you could read about the movie. You could, if you were looking, like you would maybe go, you're like, oh, the big release, Back to the Future's coming out this week. We got to go rent that. And then you always want like the double feature. So you would find something else to rent. You could walk around and look and read about them. Usually by genre, they would have sections and stuff. And that was a lot of fun. And then when you were heading out, if you didn't have candy, you didn't want to stop anywhere, or popcorn or whatever, you could buy that there on the way out. It was a lot of fun. And so I remember, like with my parents, we would go like grocery shopping or something, or we would be out. And then at the end of the day, before we'd go home, we'd stop at Blockbuster, or for us, it was Video Library, and then Blockbuster bought out Video Library. And so, but it was basically the same deal. And then Hollywood Video popped up, but Hollywood to me was never nearly as good as Blockbuster. So I was pretty much a Blockbuster fan. But those days of just walking around the movie store and picking up some were great. And that is one reason why I love Zia Records so much, or Amoeba, even though Amoeba is a little pricier than Zia, and Zia sometimes can be pricey, but beggars can't be choosers. We don't have that many video stores to go to anymore. So when you do go somewhere, that actually has media on the shelf, it is a lot of fun. Yes, thank you for the Monopoly from Area 51. Oh, nice, Sean 420. That's right. Man, we gave away so many different things that I could not even begin to remember. And I have a list of winners, but I don't remember if I wrote down like what everybody won. I wonder. And man, I have so many notebooks and stuff over here. I don't even know if I would. Where is it? I don't even know where that list went. Is it here? Let's see here. Giveaway winners. Oh yeah. Okay. So I mean, we do have a list. So let's see. Who do we got here in the house? So man, Antonis won the misery bag, the Halloween themed misery bag. Let's see. Tech 360 won a $25 Amazon gift card. Man, so many different winners. Kevin Hampton. Man, I haven't seen Kevin in a while. Michael McNally won a Blu-ray of Code of Assassins. Mr. Bones won the Arnold movie. I don't know what the Arnold movie was. And Mr. Bones won an $85 Amazon gift card. Let's see here. Man, Tiki won a misery bag. Oh, man. Wicked Network won the Siege Blu-ray. I got 3 pages of winners. We can sit here and go through them all, but I don't even know if that was all. I don't know if I started keeping track right at the beginning or not, but hopefully you enjoy that Area 51 Monopoly, or at least have it as a nice like trophy for your winnings there. So let's see here. Let's see. Funny thing is that ain't chicks is the Wayans brother. That funny thing is that ain't I'm confused on your comment there, Mr. Bones. My bad. Did you like Captain America: Brave New World? It looked like your theater was full. The theater was pretty full. It was Friday evening. It was like a 6 o'clock kind of showtime. So there was a lot of people in the theater. It was okay. And so one thing that I did appreciate about it is they did kind of pay homage a little bit to Steve, the former Captain America, and they referenced how kind of the new Captain America took over for him and stuff. So it's not like we just pretended that this guy was always Captain America. But the story, it was what it was. It just I'm like, I seen it less than a week ago. I mean, I seen it 4 days ago or something. Already kind of forgetting about it. It just wasn't that special or unique. It was okay. If you watch it, I don't think you'll be mad. Or I don't think you'll be like blown away. But one thing's for sure, I'll tell you this. The post-credit scene in that movie did piss me off because they put it all the way at the very end. No mid-credit scene. All the way at the very end. I'm sitting there watching the credits, and they're giving credits for the people that made the credits. And I'm like, they're fucking crediting everybody and their mother. Like, oh, this person walked by this set, so we're going to give them a credit. This person worked at the 7-Eleven that this actor bought gas at one day, so we're going to give him a credit. It was like everybody on the side got a credit. And then finally, after how many ever minutes of credits, you get to the post-credit scene, and it was the most pointless, dumbest, I was so angry with this post-credit scene because it gave you nothing. It was basically them going, oh yeah, Captain America is going to be back. There's going to be more Captain America. And it's like, no shit, Sherlock. You tell me, it's like you're telling me, oh, there's going to be more Marvel movies. No kidding. No kidding. There's going to be more Marvel movies. Like I waited for that. There was no cameos. Like a lot of times in the post-credit scenes, you get like a tease to what is coming for as far as other characters or anything. But I think Marvel is so fucked right now that they don't know what they're doing. And I think they didn't want to commit to bringing another actor in to show that they're going to be coming down the road. It was such a waste. If you see it in the theater, you can walk out. You don't need it. I'm telling you, it's just Captain America and Giancarlo Esposito going, there's going to be more Captain America. No fucking shit. I know this. So that was I was so mad about that. Can't wait to see Hard Eyes. Hard Eyes is phenomenal. Hard Eyes is so good, and highly recommend checking Hard Eyes out as soon as possible. Whenever it comes out on physical, fingers crossed that it does, because there's been a few movies that we have loved that haven't gotten physical releases. But Heart Eyes, I cannot wait to buy it when it does come out physical media. Robert C, what's going on, Robert? How you doing? Mystery bags are fun. They were fun. It was. The Monday lives are always interesting and a good watch. I look forward to them regardless of a giveaway. And Jeff, I appreciate that. Thank you. And that's my thing is I just enjoy hanging out with you, talking about what I've seen, what you've seen, getting recommendations, talking about what we're going to see or any other news in the world of horror, and just kind of hanging out, having fun. That's why I love these movies, especially because if there's like breaking news in the horror world, it's fun to talk about it. So that's why I enjoy doing these. And at first the giveaways were like a half hour, and then they just got longer and longer and longer, and we never got to talk horror movies. And I did get people telling me like, dude, you did the whole video. It was just a giveaway. We never even talked about the horror movies. And so that was definitely played a role in my backing away from those. It was hard trying to decide what movie to rent when you were in budget, or if the movie would be any good. Fun memories. Oh no, that's part of it too, because if you're paying, and for a while it was like $3 for 3 days, and it was with tax, it'd be like $3.27 or whatever for a movie to have 3 days, and you knew that day counted as one. And then so if you rented it Monday, that was day one. Tuesday, and so it was due back by close on Wednesday. So you did want, because you're spending money on it, you did want to find something that was going to be good and not disappoint. And then sometimes you would go in and you would want that big blockbuster release that came out, the big, one of the week, and maybe they'd be all out. So you'd be a little bummed. You'd have to get something else, or you'd have to wait. But it was all part of the fun. And I definitely miss those days. Let's see. Jason, what's up? Sometimes all you could do was read about them because they were always rented out. But how funny is that? Or just mention it. Yeah. All the good horror only had one copy, and everyone's going out there to rent that. Yes. No, that's very true. And don't get me wrong. I am not knocking streaming. I'm not knocking having things on demand. I'm not knocking DVDs, Blu-rays, or any of that stuff. You're definitely right. But it was so much fun going in, because you would walk in. I just remember walking into Blockbuster, and it would almost smell like a movie theater, because like they had the like butter popcorn and stuff you could buy. It was just that era, that vibe, that time that's gone. It was like going to Chuck E. Cheese back in the day, when you actually got to see Chucky and the other animatronics like dancing and doing their thing. And there was another one that was like Chuck E. Cheese that had the dancing animatronics and stuff. Some other pizza place, something time pizza, but anyways, they're gone altogether. But it's just like things of the past that are gone. It's nostalgia, just the vibe. What's up, Balzer? I'm still waiting on my Area 51 Monopoly game. Did you win one and I never mailed it to you or something? What happened there? Was I supposed to pick you up one or something? I don't know. I'm pretty far from Roswell, New Mexico right now. I don't even know. Do I have an Area 51? Where's my Monopolies? Some are down there. Dexter, Star Wars. Mauiopoly. If I got it, it's up there. Don't hold your breath, Balzer. I don't know. If I owed you one or something, please let me know. But either way, don't hold your breath. Pumping Iron. Pumping Iron Doc with Arnie and Lou Ferrigno. Shara J. Yeah, that card was a blast to search out stuff and spend it. Oh, yes. You're talking about what you won. Yes. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind in the comments there, but I follow you along now. That's right. Yeah, that's right. You won the Pumping Iron documentary, yes, with Arnold and Lou Ferrigno. Funny. Crediting someone who went to 7-Eleven. I'm still laughing now. I'm telling you, man, Marvel, they credited everybody. I'm sitting there watching, waiting for this post-credit scene, and it was like, are we ever going to get to this? And I was so frustrated. OGP, thanks for letting me, thanks for getting me and Fluffy kicked out of the restaurant. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. You know, and that's, I didn't mention that. Thank you for reminding me, sir. So, so Fluffy, I messed with What Movie One the other day, and Fluffy, I knew Fluffy went up to Dallas and he was hanging out with Robert, and we were talking, and I mentioned about that deal that Applebee's has, where you go in, you get a burger, fries, and a Coke for $10, and the fries are like bottomless. They'll bring you refills. And so Fluffy messaged me or something that they were in the restaurant. And so I sent him a message, and because I knew he would play it, and I know how Fluffy is. He'll just play that shit and the whole fucking restaurant will hear. So I sent Fluffy a nice little message going, oh yeah. And apparently everybody heard. So win one for the OGP. But also I did that to Wet Movie One at work last week. And so I got them both. Well, I got all three of them. I got Wet Movie One embarrassed at work, and I got Robert and Fluff embarrassed in the restaurant. Boom. What year did Blockbuster start stocking DVDs? I have no idea, Antonis. Man, I got like tickles on my nose right now. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see here. Pumpkinhead. We love Pumpkinhead, man. Although it's hard to find sometimes. We'll have to ask the Punisher if he knows where Pumpkinhead is. Excuse me, Mr. Punisher. Do you know where?
It's vamp time.
I thought we'd do vamp time just in case, because I figured if Pumpkinhead was there, the vamp time wasn't going to be far behind. I had lots of fun hanging out with Fluffy. Wish you would have been there. I wish I could have got to go too. Sooner or later, I will get back out there. We'll hang out again. It'd be a lot of fun. That time was great. We had a Blockbuster and 3 different mom and pops. Nice. Each one carried different horror releases that the others didn't. See, that's cool. Because now like you're shopping around and looking and finding different things to watch. That's awesome. Yep. Definitely missed those days. OGP, you seen the A24 movie Heretic? Nick, yes, I have. And I enjoyed it. I thought drawing a blank on the lead actors. Hugh Grant, right? I was like, Hugh Grant in a horror movie. How is that going to go? But it went well. I thought he played a very good part, because he seems like such a nice, charming guy. Oh, come on into my house. We'll talk about your, Mormon books or whatever it is you're slanging. But first I got to do this or that or whatever. And, he seemed like a friendly guy. Yeah, sure. We'll come on in. And then things end up going sideways, of course. But I really enjoyed that movie. And I didn't. Going into it, I had high hopes, but I was cautiously optimistic, and I think it ended up being what I had hoped for. I don't think it was really better. If I would score it right now, I would probably say 4 stars. I'd probably give it a solid 4 stars. It's put together very well, and it kept me into it the entire time. There were little minor flaws and stuff, but it was very good. And some point, yeah, I'd like to get it on the shelf back here. My folks bought me a VCR when I was in high school from Montgomery Ward's. Nice, man. Throwback, man. I remember I used to have the Montgomery Ward's card. And what would they call it? Remember before they were credit cards, they call them charge cards. I had that Montgomery Ward's charge card. It was a top loader. Nice. With a little remote on a cable. Wow. Cost like $1,000. I was on Cloud 9. A new movie cost like 125 back then. Jeff, I remember that. So I think it was the first VCR my parents ever bought was like a 2-piece. And so you had like the receiver on one side that you could punch in your channels for the TV. It would have like channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, channel 5, whatever, up to 10 or whatever. And it was like kind of like the tuner side. And then the other side was just where the cassette went in. You basically had play, pause, stop, rewind, fast forward, and it was a top loader. And then there was like a cable from one unit to the other, and then from out of there into the TV. And I do remember, yeah, when you would get a VHS cassette when they first came out, they were very expensive. And, so we didn't have much. And then, so what my parents would do is like with HBO, if there was a movie on they liked, they would record it. And we had this big, in our hallway, we had this big shelf with like hundreds of movies, but you could fit 3 movies on one VHS cassette. And so if you wanted to watch, a movie, my parents had a catalog, and you would go find the movie and then know what tape number it was. And you would go find that tape number and then put it in. If it was the second or third movie, of course, you'd have to fast forward to get to it. But still, it was a lot cheaper than, buying all the movies. But yeah, it was funny back then, how expensive they were, man. That's crazy. That's going way back, Jeff. We old. We went to Applebee's. The food was good, but oh my God, the service is horrible. That sucks. See, and Robert, so when I went after Creep I.E with Nocturno, and then in Vegas, and then John Ward and I went again, all 3 times we had great service. The only thing in Vegas that first time, they didn't tell us, and we didn't know or realize that it was bottomless fries. But still, the service is great. Plenty of refills, and they were on top of it. So that's a bummer for you guys. Antonis, it was 1997. That's when the DVDs came out. Okay, nice. So when Blockbuster started having DVDs, I was born a year later. Wow, you're a young'un, Antonis, a young'un, man. Tracking, yeah. No, I know, man. You remember that the tape? You'd have like the line through it, so you have to adjust the tracking, get that line moved off the screen. Yeah, crazy, or up and down, I guess, whichever way it was. I don't remember. But the Monkey, man, I'm very excited. I will be checking out the Monkey on Thursday. I'll be putting up a review Friday. I didn't bother putting up a review for Captain America because I knew ain't nobody going to watch that. So I wasn't too worried about it. But the Monkey, I'm looking forward to that. I will definitely do a review and put that up on Friday. So hopefully it's good. But man, what else did I say I watched recently that I wanted to mention? So The Deeper You Dig, watching that last night, that was great. And looking at the cast, some of the names, like the lead actor and then the lead girl, the younger girl, the 14-year-old girl, the guy that played the lead male and her had the same last name. And then the lead female and another person had the same last name. So I think maybe this was like friends or family got together, made this movie. It was very inspiring for me as an indie filmmaker to get out and go make more movies because I think this was made, just a couple locations. And I was like, man, I could make that movie. I could totally make that movie. Of course, they did obviously spend a little money like on lumber and like throwing a bathtub out the window and stuff. Obviously they spent some money on that. But man, The Deeper You Dig, I give it 4 stars, solid 4 stars. It's very, very good. If you've not seen that, highly recommend it. Basically, you have a mom and a daughter who are The mom is like a fake fortune teller person. I forget what you call them, but you know, so kind of karma is getting back at her maybe a little bit. But the daughter goes missing, and you find out pretty quickly that the daughter is dead. And then there's like these crazy things going on, between like the mom and the daughter and this other guy and the daughter and stuff. And so it's just very, very good. So I highly recommend The Deeper You Dig. Everybody should check that out. And I was going to watch it. I think it was on Amazon, The Deeper You Dig. But being that I owned it, I watched the Blu-ray of it. And then My Best Friend is a Vampire. I didn't even know. Everybody keeps telling me great franchise. I didn't know there were sequels, but I'd never seen, even the first one until it went on that sale at Walmart. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. There you go. So Walmart released these like with the black slip covers, and just like the regular Blu-ray with the artwork and stuff. But these slip covers I thought were very cool, and these were only $10. So for a great classic movie like this, I was like, no way, okay, that's very, very cool. And this here movie, something I did like about it that I did not know or expect was that it was filmed in the great state of Texas. So that was kind of cool. But My Best Friend is a Vampire. Very, very fun movie. I liken it to, I mean, obviously it's like 30 years older than Happy Death Day or Happy Death Day to You, but that kind of fun kind of horror movie. So My Best Friend is a Vampire. Definitely recommend that. And that I give it 3.5 stars, which would be like a 7 out of 10. That's a pretty damn good score still. I thought it could have been a little bit better, whatever, but it was still fun. And then Dark City. I watched Dark City. That one I had never seen, and it's been sitting on the shelf. And then after watching The Matrix, Samurai sent me a little video about The Matrix, and they were talking and joking about it, and they referenced Dark City. So I was like, well, I got to watch that. And Dark City was great. I give that 3.5 stars as well. So there's that. The Desperation I watched with John Ward out in Vegas. That's another pretty good one there. If you haven't seen that, Desperation says, when a sheriff arrests a writer, a family, a couple, and a hitchhiker and throws them in jail in the deserted town of Desperation, they must fight for their lives. Yeah, and that sheriff is Ron Perlman. Very, very good movie. If you haven't seen Desperation, now it was a made-for-TV Stephen King movie, so it's not going to be foul language or nudity, anything like that. It seems a little tame. The first half really gets you going. Second half, there's some moments where it's kind of heavy with the dialogue, slows down a bit, but Desperation's still very good and worth a watch. Let's see. I remember the rental spot used to charge about that much, over 100, if you somehow destroyed or lost the tape, or if your VCR ate it. I know that was, yeah. If you didn't return on time, you had to pay the late fees. But yeah, if you lost that tape or whatever, that shit was expensive. Yes, it was. I heard some people say The Monkey is heavy on comedy. Well, and that's okay. I am okay. And don't get me wrong, with part 5 of Final Destination and the comedy, my problem with that comedy is that it is so different from the first 4 films. You have a franchise. You've set forth an expectation for your fan base of kind of the style of movie to expect. And when you throw that curveball in there, that's my problem. A comedy horror movie, I'm absolutely fine with. And being that The Monkey is like a standalone movie, I'll be okay with that. In fact, maybe I'll enjoy it quite a bit, as long as it's, bloody and gory, like people are saying too. Will we see the origin story of the monkey when the main character is a little boy, or are we going to see his adulthood in the movie? Antonis, I have not seen it yet, so I can't tell you, but I wouldn't want to spoil it either. So I'm not sure. Let's see. No sequel to My Best Friend is a Vampire, it reminds me of Fright Night. And that is in that blue is a Vestron. Yes. Okay. So then I wonder what they're talking about, the franchise. Yeah. Huh. Good to know. So I don't go searching for it. Of course, I mean, I would have just looked on IMDb or something, but Fright Night, is Fright Night a Vestron as well? Huh. I don't know. I think Fright Night, I just have DVD. Do you know if a big studio movie has ever been filmed near your house? I do know. Well, not like in my neighborhood, but the Redlands is not far from here, and that's where Hell Night was filmed. TV shows have been filmed out here. In fact, like Sons of Anarchy and Mayans, there's been a lot of scenes that were filmed not far from here at all. But as far as big movies, oh, you know what? There's a road not too far from here that was used multiple times in the Fast and Furious franchise. Now, I have never, ever seen one of the Fast and the Furious movies or anything associated with that franchise, Hobbs and Shaw, whatever. I've never seen any of them. So I don't know which movie. I don't know what scenes or anything. But there's a road out here called, I'm not sure, because it's a long road. At one point, it's called Newport, and then it changes names to Dominigoni. But that road, they repaved it and everything just to shoot the movie on. They've also done car commercials and stuff on that road, because there was a time where that road was like 3 lanes on each side, and there was nothing around it. So you could film a lot of, like, you know, car chases, things like that. But as far as other than that, I wouldn't know. That's right. Be kind and rewind. Yes, no, or you get fees. You know, there was times where if you took that movie back and it wasn't rewound, they would charge you a fee, even though all they're doing is sticking it in that rewinder machine. But they would hit you up for the fees. My boyfriend is back. 93 reminds me of My Best Friend is a Vampire. Also, Buffy the Vampire. My boyfriend is back. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. And I've never seen Buffy. I had a friend who was telling me, "Oh, Buffy, you gotta watch Buffy," and I was like, "Buffy sounds like a teenage girl show or something." I've never watched that, but maybe I will. Maybe, especially now with what's her name showing up in Dexter, and so the Dexter, the new show where Dexter was young, just wrapped up. We just got the final episode of that, and it was phenomenal. I absolutely love it. I don't know, because there's rumor that there may be a second season to that show. So I don't know if they're going to go from this straight in to season 1 of, you know, the original Dexter. But because in this series, they introduce Brian, who was Dexter's original brother when they were children, and then were estranged, you know, because of problems. And they show you what happens there. But if you remember, in the first season of Dexter, the ice truck killer was Dexter's brother, Brian. And so what they did and how they left this one off, if they never did a sequel season to this new Dexter, it would be fine, because it leads you right into the original Dexter. Absolutely, absolutely love it. Cannot wait for the new Dexter. Is it Resurrection? That's going to come out this summer. I love Dexter. Everything Dexter, the books, the shows, all of it. I'll take any Dexter I can get. Some are better than others, and we know, like season 7, season 8 were a little rough, but that's good stuff there. But what's her name from Buffy was in the new Dexter, right? I think I forget her name. Best vampire movie is Fright Night. Yeah, you know. So where's? Hang on. Frightening, Fright Night. Yeah. Yeah, and that, you know what? I don't know if there's an upgrade for it or not, but I just got the DVD. Maybe I need at some point to get an upgrade of Fright Night. But you know, it's been forever. Fright Night is probably one I should revisit at some point. Maybe I will. No, I was saying best friend vamp is number 30 in Vestron. Oh, they took the Vestron slip off to put a Valentine slip. Oh, okay. There's a Buffy movie OGP with Christy Swanson, Luke Perry, and Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, and that's, I mean, like, is the Buffy stuff worth watching? Is it good? Once Bitten, 1985. Yeah, there's a million movies, vampire movies and stuff that I still need to watch. But Once Bitten, I can't remember if I've seen that or not. I love Fright Night, but my favorite vampire movie is Lost Boys. Yeah, that's a very good choice. Bram Stoker's Dracula is a hard one to say. That's definitely in the conversation for me. Lost Boys, great movie. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about it at all. But it's just been, I don't think I've seen Lost Boys probably like since the 90s. So I think I need to go back and rewatch it to really say this is like my favorite or whatever. And part of my problem is like there's still so many vampire movies that I need to watch for me to go like this is my absolute favorite or whatever. But Bram Stoker's and Lost Boys are definitely top 5, probably top 3 or 4. If not. See, and it's another one. Near Dark is fucking phenomenal. Love Near Dark. So that one is probably top 5 for me as well. I still need to watch the original My Bloody Valentine. Is that a good one? Yep. So My Bloody Valentine, I love those. Let me see here. There's Near Dark right there. My Bloody Valentine. Do I? Yeah. I guess I just have this one right here. But let me see. Let me pull this up. How many? Is it just 2? So you have the original one from 1981, and then you have the remake from 2009, which is what I got. And then there's other like knockoff crap ones, or Bloodlust, My Bloody Valentine, and the right, blah blah blah. So none of those count. So it's basically just, this is the remake. I enjoy the remake. The remake is fine. It's fun. The original is, if you're going to go with one, I would go with that one. But I think you could watch both and enjoy them both. I don't, for me, let's see what this is rated. 5.4 out of 10. And the original one is an absolute classic. So, but I don't know. I feel like this one, the remake kind of got a little hate, but I still enjoy it enough. But I guess I've just never either come across or a copy of the original or whatever. I don't know why I don't have a copy of the original. That's weird. Maybe I need to add that to my list. Let's see here. But it definitely. Tech 360, definitely watch the original. If you even if you have or haven't seen the remake, definitely watch the original, but I would recommend both. Did Harrison Ford really play a president in Captain America, and was there an election scene? Yes. Harrison Ford did play a president, and there was a scene that took place election night, like after he wins the election. What you see in the trailer and stuff is a little, it steers you to think one thing, but it's something else. And that's one of the things I like. I don't want to spoil it because it just came out this week. Because if you watch the trailer, I don't even want to say anything. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil at all. But the trailer is a little misleading, and sometimes that's intentional. But yes, Harrison Ford did play the president. Yes. So There are. Looks like we're caught up with the comments there, but man, I got so much to try and catch up on, and I've been so busy, just like with life and things in general, like with having kids and like all these vehicles. It's always like this car needs an oil change, or that car needs this, or this car needs that, or whatever. So I just find myself being pulled in a million different directions, always, plus just other things in life, and medical appointments and different things going on. So it's just been sometimes a challenge, and so part of that was why I was late tonight. So again, I apologize about that. But I do enjoy doing the videos, and plan on sticking around, and I'm going to be here and stuff. But sometimes I get a little disheartened because of, lack of views on other videos and stuff. But the videos are still going to be here. Sometimes I might just be late right now though, because I just got a lot going on. But we didn't talk about anything else in the world of horror movie news aside from the Monkey coming out this week. But let's see here. Joe Blow is saying the Black Phone 2 to be surprising and more complicated than the first film. Well, I hope so. The Black Phone I thought was great, but it felt incomplete because we didn't really understand the MO of the character. We didn't get the full backstory. We don't know why he was doing what he was doing and stuff. So I hope it is a little more complicated. Let's see here. Any other news? Thor joined Michael C. Hall as series regulars in Dexter Resurrection. And this is something that was interesting, because let's see where we get to the list of who's going to. Peter Dinklage was added, so that's going to be interesting. And my guess is, come on, you're adding Peter Dinklage. He's got to be a bad guy, right? Peter he has to be a bad guy. Could you imagine Peter Dinklage on Dexter's table? It might be kind of funny. But they announced a bunch of new cast members for the upcoming series Dexter Resurrection. And do we have any more specifics on a release date? Just premiering in June is all we have so far still on that. But man, I cannot wait for Dexter Resurrections. I love how they started off the new show, this one that just ended. I loved how they started off right where the last one ended. So obviously Resurrection is going to continue on there. So I'm looking forward to it. That's great. Let's see here. Ascent, Iana Sarkis and more cast in Adam Green survival thriller called Ascent. Any other? Crystal Lake news. This pops up from time to time. Linda Cardellini is reportedly in talks to play Jason's mother, Pam Voorhees, in the A24 Peacock series Crystal Lake. So the good news about that, forget everything else. The good news is there's just things happening, so that hopefully some point down the road we actually get to see it. That's, I think, what we care about. Francis Lawrence says Constantine 2 is closer than ever. And I think we'll take all the Keanu we can get, right? But you want to bring back Constantine? I'm down. I'm in. Love Constantine. Great movie. Let's see here. This is interesting. So The Parenting, starring Brian Cox, Edie Falco, Lisa Kudrow, Parker Posey, and more, star in comedy horror film. Let's see what this says. I'm going to tell you something funny about this movie here in a second. Okay, so it's finally going to get a release on March 13th. I saw this movie with Justin like I think 2 or 3 years ago. the parenting, it was one that I got an advanced screening to. It was a test screening. I cannot believe it's been sitting on the shelf for this long. I would have to go back and try and figure out when Justin and I went and saw this. It's pretty funny. It's going to be pretty good. There are some elements to it that some folks are not going to care for, but I'm not going to say anything about it aside from the fact, and this is why I was so excited about it. Brian Cox, Edie Falco, Lisa Kudrow, and Dean Norris. What a cast. What a cast. So it's going to be coming out in March. So, I mean, maybe 3 weeks from now. So there you go. You finally get to see it. I've been sitting on that. I've seen the movie like 3 years ago. I don't know what happened. I always wonder, like, where the fuck did that movie go? But now you guys will finally be able to get to see it. And it's been so damn long since that early screening that if they want to come yell at me about talking about the fact I seen it, then they can suck it. You can't show me a movie and hold it for 3 years and expect me not to say anything. Did you ever fix that car? I thought I did. But so my car was making this noise and it was like a grinding noise, and it sounded like if you've ever had bad brakes where, you know, you hear the phrase metal on metal, for those of you who don't know much about cars, it sounded like metal on metal. And so I went, replaced my brakes, even though the pads still had some meat on them, they were fine. I replaced the pads and the rotors, going like, well, okay, maybe they're just bad, cheap quality or whatever. The new pads and rotors still did the same fucking thing. So a little time goes by. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to try a different company. So instead of going, I always buy my pads and rotors and auto parts at AutoZone or the dealer. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go try O'Reilly brake pads. Even though I've heard O'Reilly brake pads are not great quality and they kick up a lot of dust and they're noisy. And that is 100% true. I went and put O'Reilly pads and rotors on. So now this is the third set of pads and rotors. The original, the AutoZone ones, and now the O'Reillys. And it's still making this fucking noise. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I go out, I buy brand new calipers for both sides. Thinking, well, maybe the calipers are fucked. Maybe like they're not pushing in, properly or whatever. Get new calipers, throw those on there. It's good for a couple days. Then the fucking grinding comes back. So then it's like, okay, well, what else could it be? Well, maybe it's the axle. Fucking axle. The joints, the bearings in there can go bad. You can get this noise. Maybe it's that. Replace the axle. Good for a couple days. Then, boom, there's the noise again. So now I took it and got the transmission fluid changed. I was like, well, maybe the transmission like is like going out or something, or I need, whatever. Change the transmission fluid. And then it sounds good for a couple days. And then the noise comes back. So I'm still in the process of trying to figure out what the fuck is causing this to my car. But I'm telling you, so after the last voyage to the bottom, not voyage, after the last Ultra Terrestrials, where we had the psychic girl on there who was a wonderful person. She's very, very great, very, very nice person. She was great for coming on the show and everything. But every time I like either read a horoscope or have like a reading done for me or whatever, bad shit starts to happen in my life. So like all that stuff's going on with my car and I can't figure it out. But on top of that, now I'm fucking leaking something. My car's never leaked. And I went outside yesterday morning and there's like drips down below. I checked around the oil, the drain plug and the filter. There's nothing coming out there. I looked around like the block or nothing. I don't see any like, blown seals or gaskets or anything. I checked the transmission fluid from where that just got done. It doesn't seem like that's leaking, but I was low on coolant. So maybe I got a coolant leak or something now too. I don't know, but I'm telling you, man, I hate having older cars. I love having brand new cars that have no problems or are under warranty or whatever. So this has been an adventure. We'll see, but I'm not sure. Have a good night, Sean 420. Good seeing you. Oh, GP said Cox. Yes, I did. Mr. Brian Cox, the original. We love Brian Cox, the original Hannibal Lecter, should get Pamela Anderson as Pamela Voorhees with the big old titties. Hey, you know what? I mean, Pam Anderson is up there in age now. She could totally do it. I don't know what quality of actress she really, really is, but I mean, looks wise and everything, she could do it. That's for sure. Bad wheel bearing, and that's where. So I don't know. I was talking to my neighbor, and he's like, maybe your hub is just worn out and bad. I don't know. Bad axle seal. No, well, and that's where I just replaced the entire axle. You know, I mean, the CV axles, they can be a little tough sometimes, especially like getting them out. So you got to get the pry bar and, get them away from the transmission and stuff. But I replaced the entire axle on, the drive axle on the driver's side, because front wheel drive, like the passenger axle is just kind of like there to keep everything going. But the passenger side axle is definitely fine. And the driver's side axle seemed fine too. But I was like, fuck it. It's $100. Just throw it in there, get a new one, replace it. But it still didn't do it. Is the bad wheel bearing? Is it worse when you turn? No, turning doesn't really have any impact on it. It's just when I'm slowing. And this is the crazy thing. So I'm driving along and I go to hit the brakes and it'll start slowing down just fine. Then halfway through, it'll start going this grinding noise. And I'm like, what the fuck? So in order to make sure it wasn't the transmission, I put it in fucking neutral and it does the same exact thing. No difference. So I don't think it's shifting. I don't think it's, the gears in the transmission or anything. It's gotta be something with the brakes. It's just gotta be, I just can't imagine what else it would be, after changing. I mean, I've changed axle, I've changed calipers, rotors, pads. It's frustrating. So I've spent way too much time and way too much money on that damn car. It's still better than having a car payment. That's for sure. Look at this, the legend, Cody's House of Geek. What's going on, oh boy? How you doing? It's been forever. Now I did see Cody. I did see you try to jump on to Wet Movie One's video. I don't know if Wet Movie One figured it out, if he's able to hear anybody yet or not. I know he's having issues with that. I saw that you were going to jump on there with him, and I would have loved to have jumped on with you guys that night, but I was about to go live. That was like a week or two ago. I can't remember when. Maybe 2 weeks ago or something. Checking in before I head to bed. Got to work in about 8 hours. Get some rest, Cody. It's good to see you, and hopefully work is going well. You're not at the theater no more, right? Are you at like Target now or something? I can't remember where you were working last. Pop a new hub in there. I know that's what my neighbor's like. Maybe just get a new hub. And that's going to be probably the next thing on the list, is just to order a new hub and see what happens. I hate to keep just dumping money into it to find out that it's not, the hub or something, but that's probably where I'm at, house. I love Brian Cox and Trick or Treat. Right. Brian Cox is phenomenal. Yes. He is good in everything he does. But that's right. I think of Brian Cox, I go right back to Manhunter, but Trick or Treat is great. I'm flying his butt out to Alabama in June to hang out for my birthday. Nice. Very cool. You just got to convince Fonzie to give him the time off of work, because man, Web Movie One trying to get time off work is like pulling teeth. It's very tough, but that's awesome. Those would be some epic videos. Can't wait to see you guys hanging out together. Because it's been a while since you've been out here, right? It's been at least like a year now, so that'll be cool. And I know Wet One, I don't think he's ever been to Alabama. You sure the dude from Police Academy making dodgy car noise in the backseat? I know, right? That's what it is. Yeah, it's what's his name? Michael. I forget his name. Yeah, he's just sitting there in the backseat going. Oh man, that would be hilarious. Work at AMC as a supervisor. Nice. Okay. So I remember you were at the theater, but I was thinking you changed jobs. Maybe you changed to the theater last we talked, but man, that's awesome, man. Yeah, because I don't have AMC's near me, I'm switching. In fact, my membership with AMC expires in 5 days, but I went over to Regal just because I have 3 Regal theaters closer than the nearest AMC to me. But I thought, I was like, well, I'm seeing movies with Master Chaos a lot. I'm going to Vegas and they have AMCs. I'm going to San Diego to see my daughter. They have AMCs, but not enough to justify it because most of those places have Regals as well. So I'm switching over. But man, I love me some AMC theaters, man. AMCs have nice theaters. I'm kind of tired of looking at the lady walking in the rain telling us how great AMCs make the movie experience. Ah, man. She makes me want to have my eyes wide shut for that commercial, right? I have seen Manhunter once back in 2020. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's a very good introduction to Hannibal Lecter, and a lot of casual horror fans, or just casual movie fans may not even know about Manhunter. You may just think Silence of the Lambs was the first time we got Hannibal Lecter, but no, that was Manhunter, and it's a great movie. It is very good. I get free movies and crap tons of movie posters. Also, Brendan said he put the request. Nice. Very cool. That's good. Planning this far ahead, yeah, should make it work out for him. That's cool. Man, yeah, I'm excited for you guys. That's awesome. Man, I'll tell you, I've got some trips coming up later this year as well. If I make it anywhere near Alabama, I will let you know, sir. Texas is on the list. And Chicago is on the list right now. So we're not too close to Alabama. But if I get over there, I'll definitely let you know. That would be awesome. I'd love, we've hung out here, but I'd love to check out like your neck of the woods out there. I've been through Alabama before. I love the South. Man, you go down south, you get good eating. I love how everything's green. The knock is the humidity. It gets hot and humid. We get that. But everywhere you go, there's ups and downs. But Alabama is a beautiful state. So hopefully one day I'll get out there and get to, break some bread with you out there. What's your favorite Hannibal movie in the franchise? Ooh, so Antonis, my favorite is Silence. And then I think after Silence is probably Red Dragon, then Hannibal Rising. But if we're going to throw Manhunter into that mix, I would probably go Silence, Red Dragon, Hannibal, then Manhunter, and then Hannibal Rising. And that's just because I love Anthony Hopkins that much. But all the movies are great. I own them all, and they're all great. Even the TV show is great. Now, the show Hannibal was great. The show Clarice, don't bother wasting your time ever with that show. It was just terrible. It got canceled real quick for a good reason. So there is that. So, but now I was looking to see if there was any other exciting horror movie news coming out this week. Let's see. Sam Raimi's horror return, Send Help, arrives in theaters January 2026. So we're already talking a horror movie coming out in January 2026. That's awesome. Let's see here. Terrifier 3 now streaming on Screambox. So if you got Screambox, you can watch Terrifier 3 if you haven't seen it yet. Looking to see if there's anything else worth mentioning. Companion on digital tomorrow. That's a quick trip to digital. Companion's pretty damn good. If you've not seen Companion, I highly recommend checking out Companion. John Ward sends a message, says sorry, he's really into unpacking and everything. It's all good. John, if you see this, do not worry about it, sir. I know you're still getting settled into the new place. But look forward to having John on and seeing how things are going there. But yeah, it looks like not a whole lot in the way of horror movie news this week. So that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, hit me up, dude. Whenever that happens, we can make plans. But I gotta sleep before I regret tomorrow. No, don't do that. I hate being at work tired and a truck full of pallets. Yes, no, you're gonna have your work cut out for you. So definitely get some rest, homeboy, and we'll talk soon. Robert, OGP, if you come to Dallas, let me know ahead of time so I can ask for those days off and we can all hang out. Yeah, so and that's where I don't know. I don't have a specific date or anything planned for being out there, but I do want to get back out there as soon as possible. Part of that, yes, is to hang out with you. Part to see, of course, my brother and his wife and my niece, and a fluffy gamer and stuff too. So, I like to, and then I want to go to see Justin down there in Houston too, or Justin. Like last time, Justin wanted to come up and go to Billy Bob's with us, but like he found out too late or whatever. Which I mean, I didn't mention, we were just there. He was hoping we were going to go back or do something fun. He was going to drive up to Dallas, but I'd love to go see Justin again too. So, yeah. So when I go to Texas, it's going to be, I don't want to be there just like 3 days. If I go for 3 days, it's probably mostly going to be with my brother. I'll try and, see you guys, but I want to get out there for like a good week, where I can definitely, spend a day hanging out with you guys. We can go do something fun. That would be awesome. But definitely, I will let you know as soon as I make plans. If a movie comes to digital in less than a month before its theatrical release, or does that mean it failed at the box office? I don't know. It's so confusing with these timelines for movies. So many movies now are really meant to be released on streaming, but they get a theatrical release to kind of help promote them. So it's very hard to say with that, whether it means they failed or not, because I don't know, like with Companion, I don't know what their target was. What was the goal to make in the box office? It was in, I was seeing trailers for it for a couple months before it came out. So I think they did want a big release, but nobody cared about my review of it, which was, I mean, that review has very, very low views. I'm very surprised about that. Jack Quaid is phenomenal. The movie is great. I highly recommend everybody see Companion, but I don't know what their target was. So I don't know if it's considered a failure or not. How's the G fam ever go to Texas Frightmare? So, I was actually there during the last Texas Frightmare, but, and I bought a ticket for it, but shit came up and I wasn't able to go. So I wasted, what was it? $35 or whatever the ticket was. But I would love to go to Texas Frightmare one of these times. In fact, I think Nick and Anthony, his brother, were out at Texas Frightmare. And then Nightmare Christie's been out there. Like a lot of the convention folks from Southern California and Nevada were out there. And I would have loved to have gone, but I just couldn't make it happen. There was just a lot going on, but I would love one of these days to go to Texas Frightmare. I'm as in, because Companion was not even been out a month yet. Oh, you're asking because Companion, I know. And that's what's surprising to me is that it's on digital this quick. It seems weird. It almost seems like it must have been planned to release it on digital this quick. I feel like they had to be planned to release it that fast. Same with Wolfman. It came to digital in February. Yeah, but Wolfman, I mean, Wolfman wasn't a great movie. It wasn't, it was okay, but it wasn't a great movie. I think Companion was way better than Wolfman, but yeah, I don't know. Me and Rachel will be at Texas Frightmare this year. Decent. Maybe I'll try and make that work. When is Frightmare? Is that in May? I don't remember when that's happening. I'm anxious to stream Companion, but I will wait for the price drop. Jeff, you'll be okay. I would too. I wouldn't want to pay $20 for it. When it gets down to like the $6.99 range or like a $3, $4 range, you'll be fine there. So there's always, Sailing the Seven Seas, or if you're not comfortable with that, there's what is it called? Like 1, 2, 3 movies or something like that. There's ways you could watch it already for free if you wanted. But you're not going to get the good quality like you would waiting for it to come out and spend like $6 on it. But it's very, very good. I highly recommend it. The best thing about Constantine is a perfect circle. I thought you were going to bed, Sean 420. I'm not wishing you away or anything, but I thought you said goodnight. Man, Constantine, I love Constantine. The whole movie is so great. If they're going to do a part 2, I am on board. At the end of May. That's what I thought. So the good news about that is my son should be graduating boot camp early May, like around Mother's Day. So I won't be able to go early in May to Texas, but late May is a possibility. So maybe I'll make it out there. I would love to go to Texas Frightmare. We'll see if I can make that work though. Even Den of Thieves 2 didn't get a release at my local cinema. It was out on digital not too long after your review. Yet to watch it. Yeah, man, Den of Thieves 2 was pretty rough. It was very long for what it was. And it just I wasn't the biggest fan of the first one, and this one was not as good as that. So although they're talking names, I saw an article where they're talking about who's going to be in Den of Thieves 3, and I saw John Bernthal's picture in it. The only way I'm watching Den of Thieves 3, if it comes out, if it happens, is if they put a big name in it or somebody that I really love watching, like a John Bernthal or something. So I don't know. But you'll be all right. Whenever you get to see it, you get to see it. It's yeah. But for you, I mean, the idea of Den of Thieves 2, I mean, a lot of it takes place in London. So, or I can't remember if they go anywhere else in England. They're like all over Europe and stuff, but a lot of it's in London. So, I mean, over there, your neck of the woods, in England and stuff. Part of me is I needed to continue the caffeine drip there. But anyways, that's about it. I'm going to go see Monkey this week. John Ward is still getting settled in to his new apartment. And I've been busy dealing with the car that's being a bit of a bastard. So that's what life has been like. I'm going to be watching I'm going to try and knock out both of, I don't know if I'm going to watch the 4th Matrix movie. Everybody says it sucks, but at least the 2nd and 3rd, I do want to see those. And I'll watch this, Digging Up the Marrow. And that is, it's Adam Green. So that's the right one. So I got that. So I'll put that on the list. And I'll try and give Fright Night a rewatch because it's been forever. And we'll talk about those maybe next week. But if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should. If you have an Instagram account, I'm always posting like pictures of the movies that I'm watching. And rather than trying to assign homework or whatever, like we tried to in the past, I think it's better just like if I'm watching a movie, I'll post something about it on Instagram and then we'll talk about it on Monday. So if you can follow me on Instagram, that would be cool. And my main man here said a few minutes ago, I don't see where he posted. Mr. Bones, I do believe, said everybody hit that thumbs up button. If you would hit the thumbs up button, I would appreciate that. It really helps the channel a lot. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this here video up. I'm going to try and I'm going to try and watch a movie before I call it a night over here and get up and try and figure out what the fuck is going on with my car. So anyways, thanks for hanging out. Sorry I was so late tonight. I appreciate y'all. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful week. Again, Jennifer Half, thank you for the super chat. You absolutely rock. Love you very, very much. And everybody, have yourselves a wonderful week. Review of The Monkey will be up Friday morning. See you then, everybody. Bye-bye.